Good morning. Welcome to our lesson about the soldering iron. So this is an example of your soldering iron. So if you look closely at your soldering iron, so you will see different parts here. Alright. So if you look at this part, so this is what you call the soldering iron tip. Okay, so this is the soldering iron tip. This one is the protective pipe. Okay, so sometimes called metal casting or metal case. Okay, so inside this protective pipe, you will see the heating element. So later on, I'm gonna show you how to remove that one. And this one is the handle. Okay, so to protect your hand from too much heat, so you are being protected by this insulated handle. And this is the power cord. Okay, so that length of wire is your power cord, AC power cord, and this one is your AC plug. Okay, so how do you disassemble your soldering iron? Okay, so you notice there are three screws here. So this is the first screw, and two screws only in this type of soldering iron. So as you can see on the label, it's 220 volts. So meaning you can plug it in your outlet at home. So this is powered by AC or alternating current, 50 hertz, 60 watts. Oh, this is just 60 watts. Okay, so ibig sabihin, mabilis siyang uminit kasi 60 watts. There are different wattage of soldering iron. So pwedeng 30, 40, meron 50, meron 60. So this one is high wattage sa soldering iron. 220 volts, 60 watts. Okay, let's try to disassemble this soldering iron. So on the top of your soldering iron, so we'll try to see kung how do you disassemble the soldering iron tip. So the soldering iron tip, it resembles the nail. Parang nail lang siya, pako. So it's like a tube. Diretsong tube. Ganyan. Alright. So, this one, dito nata-transfer or yung heat galing sa heating element mo, ito ang pinagbabaga niya. Pag ito mainit na, kaya niya nang tumunaw ng lead or ng solder ang tawag. So, this is the soldering iron tip. So, you see, medyo madumi na siya. Kasi gamit na. Okay, the soldering iron tip. And then inside, if you pull this one, but then you have to remove the other screw muna. Okay, so this is the other screw. Okay, try to remove it, place it there. So this is, itong screw na to, dito ko nilagay para madali ikabit mamaya. So ganun kayo pag disassemble and assemble. Dapat you should know saan nyo siya tinanggal. Para at least pag nagbalik kayo, you know where to replace it. So this is how it looks like. Alright. So this one is connected to the heating element. Okay, let's try to see kung matatanggal natin. At para makita nyo ang heating element. Kita nyo. Or may hila ko ba ang wire na to? Let's try. Okay, tanggalin ko muna ang pangatlo. Ito pala yung pangatlong screw. Kaya sabi ko tatlong screw. So, one on the other side, the other on the other side. So, it's very useful if you have your handy screwdriver at home. Kasi halos lahat naman ang gamit. Diba? So, mas maliit yung isang screw. If you would notice. Okay. Dahil ito ay luma na, so maaring it would cause, baka masira pa pag tinanggal. So, I wanna show you the heating element. Tanggal ko muna dito. Okay, so ayan yung heating element na. There you go. Alright. So, this is your heating element. Okay, so this is your heating element. So, if you will arrange this, ganito siya pag inyong drenowing. Okay, so yan yung kinalas nyo. Alright, so you draw this like this one sa inyong performance task number 2. Performance task number 2. So, these are the different parts na i-draw nyo. Okay, draw this rod. So, this is your soldering iron tip. Okay, so this is where most of the heat would be transferred from your heating element. So, this is the heating element. Kung sa motor, motor is the heart of your appliance. So, in this soldering iron, the heating element is the heart of your appliance or your heating appliance. Okay, so this is the ano ba to? Heating element. This one is the protective pipe para ma-protect mo to, di ba? So dito nagta-transfer yung heat eh. So protective pipe or metal casting. As you notice, meron siyang mga ano diyan. Butas here. Yung mga butas. So that's where the heat comes off para hindi siya mag-overheat. And then you have the ayan, nakakalas na. So the handle. Okay, medyo i-arrange ko siya ng pag ganun para magkasya. So, tip, heating element, and the handle. Okay, so you draw the handle. Okay, handle. And then, ganyan yung pag-draw nyo ha. And then, the AC cord. Yan yung AC cord. And then, the plug. Okay, so that's the complete soldering iron that you have with the different parts that you need to assemble via drawing. So what you learned today is the disassembly of a simple soldering iron. Okay, so how do you fix it? How do you put it back? So first, you have to carefully replace the heating element. Okay, you check the wire, baka mahila nyo at maputol. So you see this protective tape dito. So this is to avoid shortage of the two wires kasi ito nakakonect dito, kinonect lang dito sa heating element, di ba? If you're going to look at this closely, ang meron dyan is ayan, dugtungan ng heating element. So this is the heating element and the plug. Ganun lang kasimple ang circuit niya. So from your AC pupunta sa heating element, kaya may dugtungan dito. So, punta sa heating element. So, ilagay natin uli para hindi naka-expose yung wire. To avoid exposure ng wire. So, kaya merong ganyan. Protector. Itong kabila, ayan yung dugtungan niya. So, you see, connected pa siya. So, lagyan mo ng protection. Dapat kung saan siya dapat hindi magdikit. So, dyan siya. Paghiwalayin mo siya dyan. As you can see, I think you notice, walang ano dito. May kulang, walang protection dito sa ano na to. In this soldering iron, wala siyang thermal fuse. So, if ever, mag-overheat, walang protection. So, that's the problem with this soldering iron. Okay, so you try to return this one screw here. Sa kabila yung isang screw. Try. Okay, so what I'm showing you now is the assembly naman of your soldering iron. There, so I have already fixed the tip. Now, I'm going to return this. So, you place it back nicely sa kanyang slot. And then, eto, so, to avoid the wire from moving, kasi, diba, may mga protective, kang nilagay dyan, tape. So, to avoid it from moving, so, ilagay mo siya dun sa slot na yan. Parang wire holder lang siya. And then, return it nicely. Okay, tapat mo sa tapat mo sa butas yung kanyang screw kung saan mo siya tinanggal kanina. Alright, there you go. Tapat mo sa screw, sa butas, ayan. Nakatapat na. And then, you get the screw that you removed a while ago and then you replace it. Alright, so there you have it, the assembled soldering iron after we disassembled it. So again, soldering is the process, okay? So it's the process of melting lead in order to connect your metals together. So specifically in electronics. Okay, now soldering iron. So this soldering iron is your equipment. So what is a soldering iron? So it is an equipment. It is a device used to melt solder, or it is a device with heating element specifically designed to convert electricity into heat in order to melt a solder used in joining metals together in electronics. So that's the use of your soldering iron with these different parts. So you have the soldering iron tip, you have the protective pipe or the metal casting, and inside the protective pipe you will see the heating element. Okay, andyan ang heating element, and this is your handle. This is the power cord, AC power cord, and this is your AC plug, the one you plug in your AC outlet. Alright, so thank you for listening. Again, this is Ma'am David. So this is your lesson about the soldering iron. Thank you. Bye.